Already.
Okay.
Do you look at the camera or look at you?
Do whatever you feel is comfortable. If you want to look at me, look at me. If you want to look at the camera, look at the camera.
Got it.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Rolling with Nator. Today I'm with Dintle. Dintle is a Rock Engineering Graduate. I'm not sure if you're a Rock Engineering Graduate or Mining Graduate, but we'll find out. You'll find out, okay? So as you guys know, this show is about graduates or post-varsity experience, to let you guys know what are the experiences, what are the journeys that people took in different streams. And today it's actually someone who is a mining engineering graduate but who took a different stream, so that's going to be very interesting. So Dintle, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming, and take us through your journey, like where in varsity, yeah? What led you to choose mining engineering?
All right, that's a very broad question that of course we get all the time. All right, so I'm from Carletonville, okay? It's a mining town, right? All the gold mines you find there, okay? You have your Anglo Gold Ashanti, you have your Sibanye, it's like that. And I think that itself made me to really appreciate this career called mining, okay? I knew I always wanted something in engineering, but I didn't really know what exactly. And I remember, when I was doing my research of different engineering fields, I was reading through, what is electrical engineering, what is mechanical, and I was reading through that. I didn't really get interested in any other except for mining, Yeah. So I think it's not even about a burning desire that I really had. It was just more about I've appreciated so much because I grew up there, and I think I wanted to do something related to where I've been. I know some people would really want to be different from the things that they got exposed to at a young age, but as for me, it was really different. I wanted to, continue in that very same path. I think that's the main reason.
So, but then for you, wasn't it a little bit difficult in terms of the fact that you're a woman, and growing up, you'd see males going to the mining industry. As a woman, didn't you feel like maybe there won't be opportunities for you?
I think actually I thought there will be opportunities for you, of course, because we are living in the times where there's what you call women in mining, and they're really promoting that. And of course there would be times where I was like, okay, how am I gonna survive in an industry where it's only males? But my sister as well is in mining, and she would give me all these advices, you need to be bold, you need to stand out, you need to not succumb for small things. I would hear all these stories about how women in mining end up in certain areas, but being in a place where I have such a person that was able to advise me and stuff really made me want to continue and with going forward with it.
Nice. So now, what are the different streams that people can take in mining engineering? Because I also received a comment on the YouTube channel itself, and someone was saying that they've been hearing bad stories about the mining industry, that it's doing bad. What other opportunities are there? Like, you're a mining graduate, mining engineering graduate, but then you don't want to go into mining, or there are no opportunities in the mining industry. What other opportunities are there as a mining engineering graduate?
There are many. I think that itself can in the mining industry, you don't only find mining engineers, right? In the mines, like Sbu is a geologist here, and already if you're a mining graduate, really you can branch into anything. You can go into mine planning, you can go into rock engineering, you can go into mine survey, you can go into consulting. I know some of you guys think, hey, since you're in the mine, you can't really wear your heels. No, I do wear my heels.
Oh, she definitely wears her heels. Yes.
So you can be in anything. I can really say to you, I started in a consulting company, but of course I wanted to be in the mines. So what I'm trying to say is that you can actually be anywhere. And when you're in places like consulting, I believe you'll even be more valuable because you're an engineer as well. So you can literally go anywhere.
Yeah, you're an engineer. That's nice. Because also with us in geology, it's not just you can't just work in the mine. You can also work in other places as well. You can like you said, consulting. can work in civil engineering consulting companies, building of bridges, agriculture, all those sort of stuff. So I think it's very important for us to not be narrow-minded and actually think out of the box, especially when it comes to times like this where there's not a lot of job opportunities for us.
Very true.
Yeah. So what would you say are the challenges that you faced as a woman in mining currently?
Well, there are challenges, okay? And if you don't know who you are, you would actually find yourself falling in so many things that are not supposed to be happening in your life. So, you want to know the specific challenges?
Yes. Well, I know because I'm thinking of I'm putting myself in a situation where I'm a student in varsity and I'm trying to think, is this really for me? Would I be able to survive as a woman? Will I be able to survive? What are the challenges? What should I prepare myself for? Is this for me? Is this something that I can handle on a daily basis? I don't want to find out this when I'm working, I want to find out already.
Okay, no, I get it. I can say it's really mostly outside gender. It has to do with work ethics. It has to do with who you are as a person. I mean, if you can't handle pressure, whether you're a woman or a male person. Whether you're female or male, if you can't handle pressure already, you get to a place where you crash. And also, of course, there are challenges that only females can face, but it goes back to your identity. Do you really know who you are? Do you know why you are where you are? And, I believe the challenges we are facing in the mining industry are related to every other challenge you can face anywhere in the workplace. But of course, there are also specific ones that we face in the mining industry. And like you had, it's a male-dominated industry, and you can already imagine, all the approaches and stuff like that. But I believe if you are really professional, you won't really take those things seriously. To you, they won't even shake you. You continue to be, the person that you are supposed to be. So even if I don't specify the kind of challenges, my main emphasis is that know who you are, know why you are where you are. Otherwise, you will lose everything. Just have a proper vision of why you are where you are. So vision will carry you, and you will be able to overcome.
Because someone was also telling me this, a woman, they were saying that in the mines, they see that men see females as sex objects, and the only way for women to make it there is to be used by men, manpower and stuff like that.
Which is really what I also heard about before I could come to the mining industry, which is something that used to scare me. I mean, with my friends as well, to say, oh my word, how are you gonna survive? But I believe when you really know who you are, you don't want me to go deeper. Okay, I'm a woman of God, and already when somebody comes with that, face to me, I see a soul, and I will lead you to Christ. So I'm saying to you that may those visions that people already have about women not shake you, not take you away. Of course, they will come with that vision of seeing you like that, but when you know who you are, again, you won't be shaken by their vision towards you. And when they see that actually you mean business, they will back off. That's one thing I've learned as well. Be professional. I think that's the most important thing. Remain professional. And of course, you need something that you are leaning on, so that you can be able to remain professional, and that for me is my God.
Yes. So tell me about your qualification, right? So you have your mining engineering qualification from WITS, so it comes with honors already, if I'm not mistaken. So right now, currently you are a Rock Engineering Trainee. So what's your plan? What are you planning to do with that? What's your plan?
All right.
Like future-wise.
All right. I think I can say that I've decided to take the path of rock engineering. So my plan is to actually get the tickets that are found in rock engineering. Your strata control, your rock mechanics is what I want to get. And of course, I also desire to have a blasting ticket.
Okay.
You know, as much as I'm in rock engineering, I still do want, my mining stuff on the side, you know?
Yeah.
I still want that so that I can actually be flexible in the future. However, I do want to take the path of rock engineering, and that's my plan.
Okay, so take us through the rock engineering path, like for someone who wants to be in the rock, like what are the phases, or what's the process? What do you need to attain? What are the tickets?
Okay, so firstly, I must say this to you. I believe that also people are also in the same challenge. I used to think that, you know, for you to actually be a rock engineer, you have to start by doing masters first. Masters in rock engineering. I mean, you don't have undergrad for rock engineering. So I used to desire it. You know, we did in third year rock mechanics as a course, and then fourth year we did rock engineering as a course. You know, I really used to enjoy it, you know. But I thought, for me to go and do masters first, no, I can't, you know. But good news is you don't necessarily need to start with doing your masters, no. Go straight to the industry. So when you get to the industry, if the industry, the company that you're in, they do have an option for you to take rock engineering, go for that, be an intern there, and then you do your strata control theory exam. So it's written in May and October.
Okay.
You need to get 60% and above for you. Oh my gosh, I can tell you what you need to study. So that's not BSc. So I think the main thing is you need to be really focused, get people who will help you go through it and prepare thoroughly, you know. So it's that you need to do the theory, strata control, exam theory. And then after passing it, you will do the practical. So if you are in a hard rock, you write the one for hard rock. There's also one for coal. They also write their own exam, but it's at the same time.
So it's possible for you to get this strata control ticket in a year. So you write your theory
in May,
and then your practical in October.
You write your practical, definitely. So after getting the theory, when you pass the theory, then you write your practical. You do your practical, you don't write it. You do it.
Okay, so they take you to a mine and then you do it there.
Definitely, they take you to a mine. Then after that, now you are a strata control officer.
Okay.
That's the first thing. After that, now you have your paper 1, paper 2, and paper 3 of rock mechanics.
Okay. Oh, 3 papers.
3 papers. And for every paper, you need to, you know, exercise well. So it's that.
So these 3 papers, are they like strata in terms of practical and theory?
Are they?
Like strata in terms of practical and theory, or just
it's theory for those 3 papers, and then later on you'll do the practical.
For all 3.
Okay, so there's those 3 paper 1. You can write them at the same time if you're so confident, you know. Write them at the same day, not same day, normally the same week. And then if you pass all of them, then you go for your practical. Okay. However, most people, maybe in May they would write paper 1. You can write in whatever order you want. They would write paper 1 and paper 2, the other, and then in October they would choose to write paper 3. Then the other year you do your practical. So normally if you're really a record time student, you take 2 years to become a full and qualified rock engineer.
Okay. Post-varsity.
So you see, I didn't mention any masters.
No masters.
You don't need it.
No.
But it's advisable to have it.
So what does a rock engineer do? If someone is just curious to know, okay, rock engineer, do you deal with rocks? Where's that?
You engineer the rocks.
You engineer the rock. What do you do? But just in a summary, in the mining industry, because I understand that there are rock engineers on surface as well. There are rock engineers in construction and whatever. But in the mining industry underground, what does a rock engineer do?
Okay, so it's really broad and a lot of things, but I'll just say that normally maybe the basics, okay? So our mine, for example, is very seismic active. Okay, you get your seismicity. So rock engineers will be the right people to manage that, to ensure that you don't get it in higher magnitudes, for example, such that you destroy your whole panel.
And then you can't mine anymore.
And then you can't mine anymore. So you're more like a backbone.
Yes, yeah, very
so
important.
So mainly it's about also focusing on the rock mass conditions. You know, you are underground. You are not on surface. So there's quite high levels of stress that, you know, the rock would experience. So the rock engineer would manage such things. You would look at your rock mass conditions, you give your recommendations, you do your designs to actually give to the mining people on how they will mine.
And how to support.
Very, very important as well. What kind of support do we need for specific areas such that you don't get your panel closing up and things like that. But they are really, you know, high level things that the seniors do, but I'm just speaking from a strata control view.
Yeah. Okay, that's very, very interesting. I think also at some point I was interested in doing rock engineering, because as a geology graduate as well, you can dive into the rock engineering.
Definitely.
I think most people
are actually engineering.
Yeah. People who did geology are actually in rock engineering.
Definitely.
How do you manage your time in terms of like right now? I believe, even though you're not a strata control officer yet, you're an intern, but you are acting as well, right? Or am I?
I am acting. I do reports. Whatever they do.
So how do you? So by the time you become a strata control officer, you already be used to this whole thing.
Definitely.
I think that's one of the greatest things that I think our mine is doing for our interns, because they allow you to do the work, what they do exactly. So now, how do you manage your time in terms of, like, because you're still a student, still an intern, how do you manage your time in terms of making sure that you do your reports on time, you go underground, and you still do your other things? How do you manage your time?
Okay, I can say it is challenging, and looking at the setup of the mine itself, guys, by 3 a.m. you're awake.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know students usually sleep at 3 a.m. We are waking up at 3 a.m. So already the times, they are very, 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 very challenging, but you get to adapt and you get to appreciate it, you know. So how I manage my time, especially now that I'm studying for my strata control, is in the morning you would go to the mine. I get there around 5:20, and from then I do my other things until 6 o'clock. Then at 6 I would then look at my reports from the previous day if I didn't finish. Then at 6:30, if I am going underground that day, I'll already start making my way to the change house. Then I'm underground. When I come out, I go back to surface, I do my reports for the day, and then when I get to my place, then I would do my study. I'll study.
What time do you get at your place?
Okay, so I arrive here around 4:20. Okay.
Cool.
I know, right?
It's
I know.
Yeah.
But the actual times, you know, how our structure is for our department, then clock-in time is supposed to be 6, then you can knock off at 3. But for me, I just choose those times, also based on, you know, other things.
Your workload and all.
My workload, yeah. So again, you don't really want to be narrowed by, okay, you're supposed to be at 6, you're there at 6. You're supposed to leave at 3, you leave at 3. No, you can go an extra mile. I mean, it's always about your own development. It's not just about reports, okay? There are other things that you research on. I mean, there's so much to learn, guys. I can say, wow, I tell you what, there's so much. So every time my senior reviews my reports, I realize how much I still need to go back and look in the books. There's so many books, guys. They're so thick. You realize there's so much to learn and there's no time. So for every sentence, maybe he'll be looking, okay, you need to reference it using that book. And I'm like, and it's interesting things. I tell you what, you don't just want to leave it there in that sentence. You would want to go and review also from the source. So it's really good. You want to learn. So yeah. That's why I normally go an extra mile. I think
that's very, very important for interns as well. If you're gonna be an intern in any industry, is that you need to push yourself.
Yeah.
They're not gonna push you. You need to push yourself. It happens sometimes. You feel on foot. You know, your first month, your second month, you feel on foot. But after a while, you're now getting a little bit lazy, you know, you get used to it, you're comfortable, and you shouldn't be comfortable. You should constantly push yourself. Like she said, there's a lot of things to learn. Don't feel discouraged when your seniors are showing you know, your mistakes. Actually learn, actually appreciate the fact that they show you your mistakes, because that's going to help you and that's going to build you to be where you want to be, you know. Because I feel like an internship, no matter how long it is, it's a very great opportunity, exposure for you to be compatible or equipped or skilled in whatever field you are in. So yeah, that's my take on it, and thank you so much, Lintle, for coming to the show. And if you guys have any questions, please do leave them on the section below. Maybe we might feature Lintle again. Who knows? Where can people find you on social media?
Oh my gosh. Oh wow, you would say I'm not social, but anyway, LinkedIn, really, I'm on LinkedIn.
Okay.
There's Facebook as well.
What's your name on LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, it's Dintle with an L.
Yes.
INTLE.
Yeah.
That's Dintle. And then the surname, it's TSOAKE. So that's for LinkedIn.
Yeah, guys.
And Facebook, same name, same surname.
Yeah.
You know.
Guys, DM when you're asking professional questions. Only professional questions.
Of course.
Yeah, this is not a dating
I'm very
site.
professional.
Yeah, she's very professional. But yeah, thank you so much, man. And I hope it helps someone out there. I mean, that's the whole purpose of this channel, is to help people out there and give them as much information as possible. But we can't obviously cover everything and all the questions that you might have, which is why I'm saying you can actually go to her social media platform and DM there and ask more questions. I'm sure she'll be willing to assist and help you. Otherwise, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's grow the channel, man.
Oh yeah.
But otherwise, from me, Nators, this is Mbonambi. Cheers, guys.
Yeah.